Good morning. Take a look at yesterday. Managed to eke out a result with Dynamo Kiev, but a lot of the favourites yesterday were far too efficient. Bodo Glimt, Jagiellonia, Karabag. This was a pity. I was eyeing this one. If you had a stats feed, you'd have felt the same way. Look at this first half from Karabag. One-way traffic, and they were really looking as if they'd score. I was waiting to lay that 0-0 second half, but alas, I was done with a 45th plus 2 minutes goal, which is a real pity. That was one to certainly take on that draw second half. Malmo, job done from them as well. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Precisely what you expect of a 1.09 shot, isn't it? 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. And I know I don't often do the 20-minute rule in European competition, but a gentle reminder to you for the start of the new season. This is how to turn this into about a 7 or 8-1 return. 20-minute rule for members of footballtradingprofits.com. I won't go any further. They'll know what I'm talking about. So that would have been a good play. Ferencvaros far too good for the new Saints as well. Dynamo Kiev was the main trade yesterday. An opening goal from Partizan. Note it was a penalty. So you can treat that with a bit of disdain. And you were out by the 43rd minute. Take the gift. 2-1 lead before half time. Very nice. Bit of a quiet day. But this was the match odds. You couldn't go to the +1 market for Dynamo Kiev. The odds were far too short in the +1. So we had to, by necessity, go match odds. And got a near 1-1 risk-reward return there. Could have cashed out at the 2-1. So do remember that. Scottish League Cup. Not much doing there yesterday. Favourites far too efficient, which is a real pity. Apart from here, I'm afraid I was asleep by then. It's just very difficult for me to try and stay up for 2 a.m. for certain matches. And here I am up at 2:44 a.m. which is 8 a.m. or 8:40 a.m. Thai time. So you can see the difficulty on occasion, but I do make an effort. I try to make an effort for Champions League and some other matches. But hopefully you pick this one up. It's rather obvious play. 1.3 Airdrieonians playing SPL Aberdeen. I do like to see a gap in leagues when I'm dealing with cup matches. Championship side playing an SPL side. So nice and simple. Hopefully you pick this one up yourself. Wilson scoring first. So you lay over 1.5 goals if you want. You can back Aberdeen match odds market if you want, or if the Aberdeen +1 is okay. It wasn't with Dinamo Zagreb. And there we go, 2-1. Nice and easy does it for Aberdeen. St Johnstone, I think, were favourite yesterday. 1.56. So again, there's a possible play here, 54th minute. You get the equaliser from St Johnstone, and then the red card pretty much killed off their involvement in the Scottish League Cup. So again, another trade there on St Johnstone. I told you the Scottish League Cup has been a very good trading vehicle. I must apologise for not being able to stay up for it. I like making money as well. So it does hurt when you get some decent trades and you haven't pulled the trigger. Inverness Cali Thistle. Well, this was 0-0. Don't forget 0-0's always in play in cup matches. So it's difficult to discount the draw and lay against the draw. Partick Thistle, did they continue to provide us with trades? Well, were they favourite? 1.29 favourite. They did score first. A 1-2 at half-time, possibly gettable. If they were anything like they were against Montrose, they turned that into a 2-2, which they did. And then that 2-2 would turn into a 2-3 or a 3-2. Well, it turned into a 2-3. So you could have laid the Desmond late on, particularly given what Partick Thistle did last match in the Cup against Montrose. Ended that Desmond 2-2. So you've got a precedent for it here. ending it here. So you see the 2-2 again, get involved again. So I am ruining, not staying up. That's 3 profitable plays already there. Ouch. Tennis-wise, well, I'm not getting involved just yet, but we can have a look at yesterday. Retrospective trading costs you nothing. The best way of paper trading is just to ask, what would I have done? So let's have a look. Well, Harris losing 6-2, 6-2. I thought he'd be more competitive. This was 107th against 114th, so tight rankings. The other one starred Nakashima. I thought he'd be more competitive. But this is a problem. You've got a fellow American who will know you well, probably from Davis Cup. So I would have preferred, I think, Nakashima to have won the first set. That way his odds would be lower. Thanasi Kokkinakis, mate. Strohs, mate. Where's my strides? Well, he didn't play, mate. You get your budgie smugglers on, mate. You can go for a swim in Atalanta, mate. Strohs. So no Thanasi Kokkinakis. Vukic, as competitive as you'd expect. Got a retirement from him, though, which was a pity. But Bellucci coming back. And in the ladies, carrying on on clay. We're looking at a possibility of a 3-setter with 2 Argentinians playing each other, which is indeed what we got. So I hope you looked at that one, or will take note at least. And again, 2 Austrians playing each other, we get a 3-setter. My argument is that they know each other's game. Particularly here, I think, with a 1.44 favourite losing the first set, if we make the inference that Offner will know Neumeyer's game and ditto, then you could take on a Neumeier lead. So that would have been a profitable play. Berrettini continuing his impressive run at the moment. Van Asch and Foggy. Foggy back on form. I've been following Foggy. He's having a bit of a Indian summer, the Italian. He does spit the dummy out now and again, old Foggy, but a brilliant player. And again, he's having, or has had, an excellent run. He had a couple of 3-0 set wins in Wimbledon, or one. He beat Casper Ruud. He nearly beat Bautista Agut. He's just on a little bit of form at the moment. The Italian veteran, 70th in the world still, so just maintains that class, doesn't he, old Foggy? Rublev, he didn't beat himself up yesterday. That was it. And the others, Chloe Paquet winning again. I do like Chloe Paquet, as I keep saying, my new ex-wife, fantastic player, particularly when the underdog. She's got a touch of the David Ferrers about her, Chloe Paquet. I think she's a bit of a terrier. She won't let opponents walk all over her. So she's definitely one to follow. Really caught the eye. And I think she will be working her way down the rankings soon if she can keep doing those underdog wins, but she was actually favourite. Avanesian against Petra Martic. I would have laid Martic if Martic won the first set. Andreeva against Sasnovich again. We saw the others where we expect the possibility of a competitive 3-setter because they're both from the same country. But we didn't get it on this particular occasion. But I suppose the odds were a bit too short. But in this case, I would have hoped for Sasnich to have won the first set. Siniakova and Sampson, 1.25 favourite. Well, she won the first set and she actually lost the match. And again, 3-setter. So that could be a little technique for you to look at. But this is doubles, so don't have it there. Let's have a look on to today. We've got the Olympics today. It's a tricky one because is it the first 11s for these international sides or is it the under-23s or under-21s equivalent? I don't think we've got team news just yet. It's very sporadic stuff. There's no team news. So I'm a little in the dark about team selection. We've got Julian Alvarez, who is world class. Hakimi as well for Morocco. So do watch Nicolas Otamendi. So we've got some familiar names. but I don't think they've mentioned Messi, but I think he's injured. And the Argentinian first 11 has recently had the Copa America to think about, haven't they? So I doubt we'll be seeing any of those. Oh, as you can see, we've got Javier Mascherano. Is he the managing or something? Has been put in charge this unit, mostly under 23. So that's what we've got to worry about. Lack of familiarity, but this is certainly tradable, I think. The odds look good, but check the team news out, and I will be on hand for you today, particularly for these early kickoffs. I think we might get a play or two here if we just take a look at the obvious ones. World Club friendly, Man City against Celtic. Wow, fantastic. Champions League today. Well, I've done the research for the Olympic men's football. If you want to follow the angles, I think it would be better to go in play because they're just lacking team news. We want to see some real solid players involved, but I don't think it'll be a first 11, the usual side that you see. It infers under 23s, under 21s, doesn't it? So I've done the research there for you, but I will be looking more reactively than trying to suss it out pre-match. But I hope you find this useful. Champions League, PAOK against Borac Banja Luka, 1.05. Now, you can have some fun with this if you want. What I tend to do with 1.05 shot would be to look at something like either 5-0, 7-0, 9-0, or 4-0, 6-0, 8-0. Or a combination of the two, but choose 3 scorelines, have a go with it. You're looking for a potential win to nil. Quite obviously, 1.05 infers that as well, doesn't it? I think PAOK will have a comfortable evening. Might just be a workmanlike performance. Ludogorets against Dinamo Minsk, 1.3 favourite Ludogorets. Prediction, 2-1 win for Dinamo Minsk. Seems likely. There we go. This is going against the market. They've gone for Ludogorets. So let's see who gets this right. The research did get it right with HJK Helsinki losing to Panavetsis against the market as well. Sedla against Slovan Bratislava, 2.3 the favourite, is suggesting it's a bit tough to call. The prediction, 2-2. So again, tough to pick a winner. You've got some other angles. Anytime goal scorers. This is more for you bettors rather than traders. In the Swiss Super League, the young boys lost their first match of the season at home to Sion, newly promoted Sion. They lost 2-1. That was down to a red card, and only the red card. I think had it been 11v11, it would have been a comfortable young boys win. Now, young boys haven't won yet, and they're playing another title contender today. They're already on the back foot, having dropped 3 points. So it'll be interesting. No points for 2 games. We'll put them on the back foot, as I say. Servette, not too shabby. It's a top 3 clash from last season, so Servette were pretty handy. 0-1 home loss, 1-1 away, and a 0-1 win away in head-to-heads. So interesting. Both sides won 1-0, and there was a 1-1 draw. So this could be a very tight match today, as befits evens the favourite. Young boys might have to wait for the first win of the season, but they are a very tradable side. What we did was lay the draw last time. I decided to get out with a £6 loss once the red card arrived for young boys. But had you stuck it, the red card at Sion did score, and when that happens, you've got the effect of the goal and you've got the effect of the red card with the 11 men scoring. So that would have doubled up the chances of the draw odds rising for you to have made a better profit. So I'll see you throughout the day. I'm going to have to be a little tentative with any pre-match research, particularly with the Olympic men's football. We don't know the team setup yet. we're just looking for one or two of those world-class players to be involved. Europa Conference League, there's nothing for me to pass on research-wise here, I'm afraid. I would if I could. There's a lot of even poorer league sides. Armenia, Macedonia, Georgia, is that Montenegro, Latvia, Andorra. Oh, it looks woeful. But AEK Athens stands out completely here against this Andorran side. Batumi, Georgia against Montenegro. Again, a bit of a question mark. Not sure how to read the away sides, because they're going to rarely meet, are they? Tennis-wise, and I'll do what I did yesterday and just pick one or two matches which stand out on paper, so to speak. There's old Pushang from China. That stands out. We've got a couple of Aussies. The potential for a three-setter. Opelka and Kovacevic. Again, potential for a three-setter. 430th. That's, I think, purely down to Riley Opelka. I think having to do some trucking. Convoy. So I think he's been out on the road in his truck. That's the way he looks. It normally suggests a recent injury. As you can see here, 14th of July 2024, hip injury. He's just coming back off that. So just watch out, Riley Opelka. Particularly if he wins the first set, he might be vulnerable. It's a very recent injury. Do read these previews when they're available. They are excellently written. Walton against Rinderknech. Again, just following the theme about Australians being incredibly difficult to get past. We might see Walton be competitive with Rinderknech, wins the first set. Laszlo Djere is back. Seabolt Wild. Rankings 57th against 72nd. Very tight rankings for me. So I don't have a strong opinion there. Tough one. Mario Berrettini is in good form at the moment, so I'll keep an eye on him. Got a couple of Argentinians on clay meeting each other, but we've got a bias towards Bias. So if Tarante wins the first set, I think I'll be all over that one. And in Croatia, not too many familiar names here. Musetti, remember him from Wimbledon. Very classy player. So he is meeting an Argentinian, and as I say, South American players can be adept on grass, or Spanish and Portuguese players as well. Foggy, my old pal, is a very strong favourite today. He's gone from 1.7 down to 1.44. Well worth following old Foggy, particularly if Seng wins the first set. Chloe Paquet, my new ex-wife, is playing a fellow French woman, Janikiewicz. Sorry for butchering her name. Tight enough in the rankings, but I will be sticking with Chloe Paquet, I think, particularly if Janikiewicz wins the first set. So I like latching on to players. I did catch Stefanos Tsitsipas before he became famous. And he was doing Chloe Paquet type stuff. He was winning when not expected to, and he was picking up a number of wins in a row. Very competitive, and then his rankings dropped to top 10. So we might see this kind of thing with Paquet. We might be finding her early on in an upward trajectory, I think. Nothing much doing in the Prague Open, but do watch out for the locals if there are any Czech players. That would be about that. So just a smattering of matches of interest, but it's a technique I like, just focusing on specific matches. So today I will be on hand for members of Football Trading Profits from 2 p.m. onwards. Don't forget, at YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'll take you to the channel. We've just dropped another video, just reminding you of the best football websites out there on the run-in to the new season, the key websites for the new season. Make sure you like and subscribe, and this will, I hope, help you. So we take you through a number of the websites that there are. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell so you'll be alerted not only when I drop a new video, but also when I do a free live chat webinar for non-members. I do 2 of them a month, but members will get eight live chat webinars a month. So watch out for that. The only way you'll know about it is if you like, subscribe, and press the notification bell. So these videos are there for you. There's a number of different videos in the series as well. All of my e-letter videos are here. Lessons and profits videos are there. Lots of good stuff to help you on your football trading journey. So I'll be on hand for you from 2 o'clock today. Let's hope that the Olympics delivers. We're likely to see team news come up a bit nearer to kickoff. I like to see the lineups for the Olympics because that will give me a little bit more confidence. And I'll be on hand as well for the early Champions League and Europa Conference League kickoffs, although it looks very difficult in the Europa Conference League. If you're just looking at the pre-match odds, 2.4, 2.25 the favourite. The market's leaving clues, but this looks a standout. And Dinamo Batumi don't know much about the opponent. That's the only negative here. So see you from 2 p.m. onwards. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and press the notification bell at youtube.com/@football trading profits. See you on Telegram a bit later on.